Hello and welcome to another AIC Cars video. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review of these Daystar motor mounts. They are stock motor mounts for a 4.0 or 6-cylinder Jeep. Specifically, in my case, Cherokee, but I believe it also fits, Wranglers and Comanches, a few other vehicles with the 4-liter engine. So I got these because this is the style of motor mount that is the factory style of mount. As you can see here, the one I have, both of them were already cracking. I've actually had these just disintegrate on me, brand new ones disintegrate on me going off-road, falling apart. These are the new style and obviously have a lot less rubber to them, a lot less to fail. They do cause a lot more vibration to go through the chassis of the vehicle from the engine. Fortunately, these 4 liters are fairly smooth, but they won't break. At least that's the goal. First things first, warnings out of the way. These will give you cancer and they will cause your vehicle to roll over. So that is something to keep in mind. Stupid warnings. In doing these. Now, these were a lot harder than I was expecting to. I've replaced motor mounts, but I've typically done just factory to factory style mounts in my Cherokee before. Not this one, but my previous one. But I didn't want to have to keep replacing these things when I broke them. But these never gave me any kind of headache to replace. These, on the other hand, did. So some of the issues I ran into, I'll show it in this picture here. You see this metal tube? These are in 4 pieces. You have the metal bracket, then you have the rubber piece in the middle. That's 2 sections that go in from either side. And then you have this metal tube that feeds through the center. This tube stuck out about 2.5 millimeters wider than the rubber. What that meant is they didn't fit. They simply were wider than this space was, period. And so on mine, I had to grind down that tube just, like I said, 2 millimeters or so to get it to fit in there, period. Once I did, this side, for whatever reason, really fought me on going in. It just did not want to fit in here and let me feed this bolt through. I was able to get it partway through, and then it just sat here for forever, and I had to use a bar. I have it over here. I'd use a big old bar to move it around to feed it through. So this side was a pain because of that. But I was able to get it through. The other side, let's go over here, was a breeze as far as installing the mount itself. It went right on in. In fact, I kind of got frustrated with that side, came over here and did this side. The problem with this side, as you can tell, I had to take out the air box, and so this one is a little bit more work simply because it requires you to remove the air box to access the motor mount. The other thing is, let me grab those instructions again. So here there's the instructions. Number 2 there, about halfway down. On some model of Jeeps vehicles, we have found that the factory does not machine the block mounting fork deep enough for the mounts to fit, so you may have to grind the fork so the mount will fit. That is 100% true on my 89. So this fork right here, there's basically, kind of hard to see back there, there's a little triangle of metal that I had to grind out on either side. That only took about 10 minutes. That was really nothing to get that to fit. I just had to keep checking to see. I didn't want to grind too much or too far, so I just had to keep checking it to make sure that I didn't go too far. But they're in. They're looking good. And I won't have to worry about them breaking on me while going off-road. So that's the best part. Anyways, if you're looking to do this mod, it's definitely what I recommend. If you take your Jeep off-road at all, going with this type of motor mount will save you a ton of headache down the road, even if they're a little bit of a pain to get installed to begin with, simply because in the end, you're going to break the factory style motor mounts. They just are not meant for off-roading of any kind. Even normal everyday driving was a bit bit rough on them, and they just break and fall apart. So these ones will last a lot longer and make your engine more secure in the bay. So anyways, if you have any thoughts and comments, leave those down in the description down below. I will do my best to answer those. Thank you for watching, and hope you have an amazing day.